Let's introduce the third member of our team, Nate Dreyer.
In 29 previous editions, there's been plenty of chance to build up tradition for the Kalamazoo Klash, for what is, for one, traditionally been one of the richest outlaw super late model races in the country, or even the tradition of not parking haulers in the paddock area to help with fan experience and add a little bit more of an old school touch. But for the 30th running, we've got some real history on the line. Two men, Tyler Rory, your defending champion, as well as Andy Bozell, each have a chance to win their record-tying 5th Kalamazoo Klash. It's going to be a great evening all night long. And by the way, we've already made a little bit of history. This, the first ever Klash to be run on a Saturday night.
Thoughts on the racing tonight in the Klash?
I'm now joined by four-time and defending Klash winner Tyler Rory. And Tyler, first off, Klash number what is this for you? I know you've been here for quite a few attempts to be able to put up those 4 wins.
Yeah, I think this is 10, 11, or 12, and a lot of years there I tried to win this race, and I thought it was never going to happen. You know, I got second to Terry like 3 times, and finally I think in 2017 we got it done, and it's been a pretty good since, so hoping to keep that rolling tonight.
Now joined by Andy Bozell, one of our 2 4-time winners looking to tie that all-time mark in this race. And first off, Andy, Klash number 30, this is Klash number what for you?
Number 30.
He's been in all of them, obviously 4-time winner, so much history. What is it about the Klash that is so important and so special to you?
I think it's just a prestigious race for this type of cars, and 30 years ago it was something special because, you know, that was kind of when those big races for the weekly cars started being popular, and the Jones family was ahead of the curve, and I think they got a good head start on everybody, and it's just a cool race.
On the board there as well. 21 cars qualified for tonight's race. Let's hear for the fast qualifier.
Now joined by the 30th Kalamazoo Klash fast qualifier, Tyler Rory. Tyler, first lap you went fast and you found a way to keep it going, got quicker and quicker. How hooked up was that car during that run?
Yeah, it was really good. You know, we didn't put any new tires on in practice. Practice on some old ones, but our car was really good, so I knew if I just drove it really hard on new tires, we'd be pretty good, and that's what happened.
Obviously, very experienced at winning in this event. You've had the fast time before. Conditions been getting a little bit cooler throughout the afternoon. Of course, sun going down now too. What are the keys to taking a fast qualifying car, being able to find your 5th Kalamazoo Klash win?
Yeah, you know, really, I didn't really expect to be fast time necessarily coming into today, but I knew my car would be good at night. So hoping it still trends that way. My car's usually pretty good when the sun goes down here, so hopefully that's the same situation tonight.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Guys, back to you.
Before we do, let's go back down to Nate, who's somewhere down on the grid, to give us a quick rundown of tonight's field. Nate, what do you have out there for us?
Thanks, guys. 20 of the nation's best outlaw super late models are lined up for the 30th edition of the Kalamazoo Klash. For the first time, the field was all set via qualifying. 21 cars tried out for this race. The top 20 have made this elite field of some of the top racing cars on short tracks in the country here on the 3/8 mile at Kalamazoo Speedway. At the end of the day, the story today is also going to be the field invert. Does anyone have what it takes to take down Tyler Rory? He was fastest in qualifying, but the question with Rory wasn't necessarily his qualifying speed. He thought he had a better car when it was in race trim, but he has to come from deep in the field. The 6th row, on the inside of the 6th row for Rory, is where he'll come in that number 24 car as he looks to defend his crown here in the Kalamazoo Klash and also pick up what would be a record-tying 5th win. That 24th car in that 6th row. Such a difficult place to start, and so many great cars in front of Rory as well that he has to get by. Bergecker's been so fast all week long. The same can be said for Steve Needles, and on through this field, and it all comes down to the sharp end of the field then, in particular with the way that this invert has ultimately settled things out. It's Andy Bozell, the 4-time Klash winner, looking to tie that record with the 5th of his own, that gets to start on the outside of the front row. He hasn't had his best year so far at the Klash, but this could be Bozell's year because of a terrific starting position. And then Monty Tolan, after the invert, gets to lead the field to green. It is going to be an incredible 125 laps to sort this out. Who's taking home the 12 grand here tonight? Can anyone stop Tyler Rory, or will the field find a way to take him down? Tolan's on pole. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Nate. Let's get a report from the pits with Nate.
Thanks, guys, and we have got a 50-lap shootout in this one. I've had my eye on Tyler Rory all night. He's been slowly working his way through the field. Now Now up into the 4th spot. He'll likely be right there around that 2nd row. The Bozels up front have been starring. Andy led the 1st stint. Phil led the 2nd. Can they hang on? Rory gets charging. This is a 50-lap duel to the finish, and I can't wait to see how this thing wraps up.
Thank you, Nate. We will be right back. Let's go down to Nate for a quick report.
Well, guys, I guess there's no other better way to script it than this. 7 to go. Bozel versus Rorig. Who is going to have the advantage? We saw Bozel handle the traffic a little bit better than Rorig, able to continue that advantage he had before. But we know the speed that Tyler Rorig has had all night long, and for the last couple of years, your defending Kalamazoo Klash winner. I don't know how I'll set it up. 7 to go. Guys, back to you. Take us to the finish.
You got to know you're never out of it. This is
For these drivers, this is their Indy, this is their Daytona 500. You want to win the big one, and for these local racers, this is it.
Thanks, guys. Phil Bozel, Kalamazoo Klash winner 2022, the 30th edition. We saw your emotion when you got out of the car. What does this one mean to you?
Oh, this means a lot. We've been out away from here for a little bit, traveling around, and we ain't been here all year, and it's tough to come in this place and run good. So we've struggled going back and forth to the little tires, the big tires, and we've been working our butts on it. I can't thank my dad and my Uncle Ron enough. We thrashed in the shop getting things right on these big tires, and 30th annual Raber Rumble, it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Tell us about your car. Once you got out front, we saw you rocket away and then dealt with traffic well, but still, those last 7 laps, you had to get away one more time. This car seemingly could do it all tonight.
Yeah, actually, I was a little worried on that last restart because the prior restart I didn't fire off very good, and I was a little worried and picked a different lane that time. And just once I got out front, I could use the whole track, and my Uncle Ron was telling me how far ahead I was. I was just trying to not slide the tires. I didn't want to slide the front or rear, and we did that all night, and it came back.
Congrats, Phil. Incredible job out there tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, back to you.
great stuff down there, Nate, from the rest of the top 3 tonight.
Mark Shook comes home second tonight. You know, at the end of the day, you kind of were able to hang around throughout that race, had a chance at the end. What little bit more did you need to maybe have a chance to get by Bozell and take this one?
You know, I made that bonsai move on the outside of him there on that restart, and I think he knew I was there a little bit, and you know, kind of went up, did what he had to do, and knew that he had to take that line away from me to, you know, be able to hold me off. And I was just happy to be there at the end, and you know, maybe we get him next time.
Tyler Rorig comes home third tonight. Ultimately, Tyler, you had to start deep in the field. You were able to slowly work your way up at the end, had that shot late. What little bit more did you need to have a shot to take this one?
Out in the open, I mean, I think we were, I don't know if we were as good or at best we were as good as Phil, but the yellow came out, which was fortunate for me, and he took off way earlier than I was expecting. I didn't get a good start, really, and I got pinned down on the bottom and fell back to third. And, I mean, we ran with him there after that restart, which I expected to. Just I really kind of, I don't want to say gave it away, but I could have put myself in a way better spot if I'd have got a better restart.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks.
You get both.
Thanks, guys. Well, the 30th Kalamazoo Klash certainly did not disappoint tonight. Phil Bozell able to hang on and get the win. Mark Shook, kind of the surprise, able to hang in there in second. And then Tyler Rorig, the defending champion. He was fastest all night long. He made a late charge, just unable to get it done. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a much better finish than what we saw tonight. Great racing all night long. And that big prize goes back to the Bozell family. This time it's Phil taking home the 30th Kalamazoo Klash.
And what a clash it was. Plenty of action.